Smith is known by his colleagues for his energy and friendliness. Perhaps this is what has led him to be a young gun in the financial services industry. Born and bred in the Hunter, Jai turned a part-time job into an early career. He became a McDonald's restaurant manager at just 20 years of age. At 24, he looked for a new challenge that also matched his values and had a customer service focus. He joined Greater Bank as a supervisor, and within 18 months he was a branch manager. In his 6 years with Greater Bank, Jai has completed further training in financial services and business management with the Institute of Strategic Management and Australian Institute of Company Directors. Jai is a director of the Greater Charitable Foundation, but also volunteers with its charity partners. Welcome, Jai. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me, Holly. It's good to be here.
Could you begin with what career path led you to where you are now?
Okay, so currently I'm a branch manager with the Greater Bank. I actually started at McDonald's when I was 14 and 9 months and just really enjoyed the customer service flair of things and just trying to do one better than the other guy. It got to a point with McDonald's, I suppose, where I went from crew to restaurant manager. I was 20 when I became restaurant manager and did that role for 4 years. I didn't particularly want to go to Sydney to go any higher or any further, so I started to put my feelers out elsewhere, and that's when the opportunity for Greater Bank came up. I started with Greater Bank as a supervisor, and within 18 months was promoted to branch manager and am also director on the Greater Charitable Foundation. So burgers and money are very, very similar. The only difference is when there's something wrong with money, they don't throw it at you like they do the burgers.
So what motivates and drives you?
Motivation and drive basically comes from my family. So I'm a dad of a boy and a girl, and I've got my beautiful wife Shani there as well. I want to do as best as I possibly can for the time that I've got here to ensure that they get the best in life, I suppose. From a work perspective and getting to work every day and pleasing the person in front of me, nothing beats that, whether or not it's my staff, whether or not it's customers, or whether or not outside of work, friends and family. I want to better whatever I possibly can for those guys.
Jai, what has been your biggest learning curve in your career?
Yeah, so I suppose I've had two learning curves. One's been personal, one's been career driven. The first one would be going from McDonald's for 10 years into a completely different realm, a completely different industry, a different way of doing things. At 24, I already had a mortgage, and it was one of those things where it's like, how do you go from doing exactly what you know for so long into something different? And as soon as I got there, it was fantastic. It took me nearly a year to make the jump. But once I got there and found that me applying what I'd learnt with McDonald's and growing up and my values and things like that just transferred into my next job. And it really just goes to show that if you have a crack at something, you can definitely do it. From a personal perspective, recently this year I lost my dad. He was at quite a young age, and 57 actually, so I suppose young on the spectrum of things. And he battled really hard with an illness before he passed. And it shows me that every day you wake up's a good day, so have a crack. You've got nothing to lose.
Where would you like to be in 10 years' time?
10 years' time, I would like to be happy, healthy, and still breathing and walking this gracious world we have. I suppose in 10 years' time, I'm really enjoying my role with Greater Bank as a branch manager. Another reason that I managed to join Greater Bank, and the reasons behind it, was that they are a hunter-based organisation, so the sky's the limit. I'd like to continue working with Greater Bank and maybe push towards regional manager, perhaps even executive level. I'll just do my best to shoot the lights out between now and then.
And to finish today, Jai, have you had any significant hunter-based mentors during your career that inspire you?
Look, significant be one thing and well known to one, and then I suppose this is significant to myself growing up. So I was very lucky early in the piece at McDonald's to have an owner-operator who was extremely customer focused. He was extremely good with time management, and he really drove me to do well. He would have to be the first one. His name is Murray McHugh, and he was owner-operator of the 2 Qatar stores when I was there. The other ones would be, I've got 2 or 3 bosses with Greater Bank who have just really helped me sponge up all the information, going from burgers into money, into finance, into achieving people's dreams and all that sort of thing. So they've been a great inspiration, and I've had good exposure to 4 or 5 of those guys, to be honest with you, and taken my own little bits that I liked and tried to make them my own. When you say business guys, again, I'll always refer this back to my dad, but such a hero of mine, and really good to have grown up with him. Great to have known him and taken the positives out of all of that. I'm sure the next 10, 15, 20 years plus, I'll have many more significant others.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time today, Jai.
Thank you very much, Holly. It's been great. Cheers.